Show each and every Wednesday, 8 to 10. Quis Chandla is here. What's up, bro?
Good, man.
Yeah. I was waiting for this.
Happy to be back.
Yeah, you back. What's this, your third go?
Third time. Veteran.
This your second time officially, but this your third time back in the building with us. Triple Vibe family.
100%.
Definitely, man.
It's always love every time we come here, too.
Definitely, my guy. Man, how long we been knowing each other well?
And it's 26.
Yeah. So we got history. We got history. What we here to talk about, man? Not state.
We're here to talk about everything, bro. I've been doing a lot of things. I've been kind of quiet. A lot of people don't understand, like, you know, the reason why I've been quiet is because I had to really focus, and not just because of the music that I was doing, but also because of like my real life situation. So, I mean, we're gonna get into that um tonight too. First and foremost, I just want to say, like, the last couple of months have been great. Since I've been back to Jersey. I remember last year when I first came back. I mean, I already talked about this before, but you was one of the first people that I linked up to about the music that I was doing when I had moved down to Maryland for a little bit and coming back to Jersey and really, like, trying to take everything that I learned and bring it up here so we can, create something different. And then out of that, we got True and Living that I'm happy. I mean, you a part of, so we be able to do, business together. We got with Beast Meat Bars 10 coming up. We're gonna talk about that too. Um, and True and Living as a whole. So honestly, I'm just happy to be accepted from the ideas that I've had from the people that I'm dealing with. Like, they believe in the situation or the ideas that I have in my brain coming into fruition. So I'm just happy to have the support. So tonight I want to just talk to y'all about, some of the stuff that I've been doing, some of the stuff I'm excited about, and we're gonna break it down for y'all and just, answer any questions you guys might have. Feel free to hit the live and we'll try to answer those questions too.
You can hit the live. Our hotline 718-622-4590. Keith Chandler's here. So you've been doing a lot, man. Tell them a little bit that you accomplished, like, because you accomplished amount of few, like, in these past couple months.
Yeah, I mean,
speaking with our group chat, if you want to take it there.
Speaking of what?
In our group chat, I'm saying, like, you want to say you accomplished a lot, like.
Yeah, I mean, I keep everybody that's close to me. I keep pretty informed of the things that I got going on. Um, I try to keep everything strictly music based because that's really what I'm trying to focus on right now. But at the same time, I always make sure I'm involved in a bunch of different ways that I can be successful. So I've been in grad school for like forever. I've been in college forever.
Right.
I left.
People clap it up. Yeah,
I left the hood, went to college, experienced something great, and found a way to present an opportunity to build myself, build my character, and start to find ways to create smarter way of doing business for myself. Right. So one thing I was able to, take from that situation is just the ability to network, the ability to rub shoulders with people who may not look like you, who may not come from the background that you come from, but you guys have certain similar interests in terms of your growth and development. So, I mean, this last week, and like I said before, I've been kind of quiet because in the last 2 months, I've been really focused on the not state and I've been focused on getting my doctorate. Like, those two things took up pretty much all of my time, and most people ain't even know that I was, obtaining a doctorate degree. But I've been
that's big. Like, you gotta
yeah.
clap. I wish we had the clap effect. That's real big. Like, you feel me?
Bro, I've been in the program for a couple years now, and honestly, a lot of people actually, wanted me or did not understand how I could do both, or would kind of tell me like, why can't I have both? You know what I mean? Why can't I be smart and why can't I be artistic at the same time? So I was like, you know what? When I went into the whole situation, I already knew what I signed up for.
Right.
One thing I can say about myself is I'll bet on myself 10 out of 10 times. So when I sat there and made these goals, I had goals related to, all right, you got to finish this doctoral degree. So that way, worst case scenario, if something happens to you, say I can't speak no more, I could always have something to fall back on. I could do research. I could do that with my hands. I ain't really got to speak to do that. And then at the same time, I wanted to, fulfill my goals in terms of, being passionate with music, and it's a situation where I'm able, to work with people who are like-minded and people I grew up with on, creating business track business programs for each other, or business networks for each other, I should say. So I set both of those goals out, and just like, I mean, it took long enough, but like one by one, I just kept like chopping down, grinding little by little by little. One thing they tell you about a doctorate degree is like the slow grind. Like the first time I came into there, I was like 20, I was 23 years old, the youngest person in the program. And yeah, and I went straight out my master's. You know, I had an offer from Portland State University. They gave me a free ride.
Nice.
And I told Morgan, I was like, look, Portland gave me a free ride. If y'all can match it, I'll just stay here. And then, you know, blessings to Allah, like they went and they matched it. So I ended up staying out there. But when the first thing that they told me was like, it's a marathon. This is not a race.
Right.
So every time that you go around the lap, you know, it's a little bit of, you just cross a little bit of the path that you need to accomplish. It's not going to be something that's going to be A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E. It's going to be the long haul. So the same way kind of worked with this music. I tried to look at a lot of different paths I should go down, a lot of different areas. I moved a lot of different times. And just right now, as my doctoral degree comes to a close, I'm now starting to get into the position where I feel like this music is getting to the point where it can get to the next level. So that's how busy I've been writing. I can't see no more. I need glasses. Every night I'm up till 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, either recording or I'm writing my dissertation. So my eyes are gone.
All right. I got you. So let's talk about this Knots tape, man. What's the Knots tape? Explain this Knots tape to us, man.
The Knots tape. If you know me, you already know in the hood, they don't call me Quis. They don't call me more Quis. They call me Knots.
Wow.
Y'all been calling me Knots for years now, right? And I can say when I first started, you know, really making music and I was going by conscious keys, like I understood that I saw things in a different lens than most people. So I thought that would be something that I can like focus on and use that as the lane that I wanted to go into. But I started to have a conversation with myself and realized the only reason that I was going by that name and making the type of music that I was making was because I felt like that was safe. I felt that if I failed or if it didn't work, people would be like, well, he did it because he was spreading a good message and that was great. He didn't make it, but you know, these songs educated us for a little bit, and that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna educate people for his whole life because he's smart.
But that's what your music is too.
Like, it is. It is. But one thing people don't get about me when they look at me, you know, from the surface, they don't understand certain things in my life that I went through. Like I sprinkled a little bit of in my music. Like the Nas tape, you hear me talk a lot about my uncles. Right? I got 7 uncles. Almost all of them have been in and out of prison. Like one of my uncles, I talked about on Be Consciously Quiet. He's got 25 to life for murder. Like I'm the family of, you know, murder victims, and I'm a family of murder convicted.
Right.
So the type of loss and the type of experiences that I've had in my life that I've kind of like kept to myself and kind of dealt with, I've never shared none of those moments. So when I have a conversation with somebody that might have known me for like 5 years, they sit there and they hear me say these things and they're like, man, you never talked to me about nothing like that. And I'm like, because I don't really look at none of that stuff in the past. I kind of focus on the future.
Right.
But then I one day decided, like, you know what? There's somebody out there who might be going through the same situations that you went through. But they don't have nobody that they can reflect with that has that same story and can motivate them to continue to push forward. So I felt like for myself that was kind of selfish. I'm gonna only show you conscious keys. I'm gonna show you the person that studies and he getting his masters and he getting his doctorate. But there was mad shit I had to do to get to that point. Like my mom dropped me off. My pops dropped me off, picked me up from my mom's place, dropped me off with 5 bags of garbage bags, 5 garbage bags full of clothes, $50, and 5 bags of potato chips. When I got to college for the first time, I didn't see them in 4 months.
So you had to make your way.
4 months. I had nothing else, and I was like, bro, like I don't even know what this is like. Like at that time, I was running the streets like for real, and I wasn't even like the streetest dude you would know, but I was getting to the point where I was like, all right, I guess because I'm living in this type of environment, that this is what I gotta do. So I'm blessed, But at the same time, I need to make closure with this time of my life, but also share those stories to let people see how it got to this point. It wasn't just luck. You know, it was
what you're doing here on the Knots tape, right?
exactly. So that's the theme of the Knots tape.
Right.
I say, on the Knots tape, I say, I swear this story is all true. Y'all deserve me to be honest how I became who I am now. So this is all for you. If you like my music, if you love my music, this is all for you. I'm giving you everything.
Yes.
I'm being I'm always known to be introspective and vulnerable in my music, but this is the most vulnerable I'm ever gonna be.
Just give you everything right now, man. The Knots tape, we in the building. We got tracks. We ain't gonna play the tracks tonight. We gonna let the people. They gotta buy that.
Man, y'all already know.
Giving you everything. But we got like 2 tracks we gonna play tonight, man. I mean, it's how we feeling tonight. What's up, Doug Spin?
You already. Let's get into that blizzard.
And this is the first single, right? First single off the Knots tape. Second single?
Second, actually.
What was the first? Oh, the tape?
Oh, they'll see. You see, I changed this up a little bit too, though. Well, we just cut the intro. It's the same. We just cut half of it. Because I'm like, if you're flowing through an album, you know, huh?
I have the whole intro.
No clock. For some distance. That sounds good. Yo. What y'all want to talk about? Amber, let's go with you. Rouse you up. Every year's the same. Life's road dodging out potholes. There's a 96 fiends hold snow through their nostrils. Uncle slipped up on that shit, so know they gon' die slow. Yeah, I want to hear I want you to talk a little bit about like the tracks you like. I remember you texted me earlier about the tracks you like, and I'll break it down to you like how those tracks were created, when it was created, what they mean, all of that. What time you want to start the freestyle? What time you want us to be done?
Probably they watch me rock out. Let's just wait for the couple what we got. You gotta get the freestyle.
Let me see the IG. What I posted. And my mind goes to catch me, so just too much time. My hands so I'm starting to notice the misery in my family. All becoming the service. Cousins on the syringes, but never had studied nursing. Alcoholics and dealers, so my genetics ain't working. How we keep our bodies warm and the mind by skipping over shit. I'm too young just to be in this blizzard without some comfort. My soul was 12 below when I had resent in December. Okay, I'm too young just to be in this blizzard without some comfort. You said, Mother Wolf? No, you said make it do anything. You said, die together.
I've been to that was good too.
Bro, y'all was out there. Y'all was the truth, but we all sick.
Yes, sir. You already know what it is, man. DJ Smacks, I'm here. The Grind Show. Quis Chandla's in the building.
Knots tape, man.
The Knots tape, yeah, man. We're gonna get into these tracks, the tracks that I was feeling, the ones that caught my vibe. I mean, the whole tape was well put together. I think. Like,
Just to let y'all know, like
yeah,
the tape is done.
it's done.
Because everybody keep hitting me like, when the
done,
Nas tape dropping? When the Nas tape? Because the tape is done.
Ben was supposed to drop, bro.
Ben was supposed to drop. But I gave valid excuse, bro. Now I gave valid reasons why.
All right.
I'm doing two things at once. Look, man, I accomplished both of them.
I was about to say you accomplished it both, so we can't knock that. So
but Smacks got the exclusive, so Smacks actually has it. So I apologize for the rest of y'all, but it's gonna drop. I might give y'all the date before the night's over, but it's gonna drop very soon. Smacks heard the entire thing.
You feel me? And the few tracks that we got that we're gonna get into. What was the track that? See, I'm fresh to it, so I'm saying, what was that first track I sent that I said like that? Yeah, that explain that track. Like, what's that track? What's the message that we giving out? Because this whole thing is about a message that you're explaining on the house.
Make it do anything. Make it do anything was actually one of the first tracks that I made. I made this track before I even knew I was gonna name the tape the Knots tape. Yeah. I probably made this track about a year ago, and I got the beat from Janai because Janai, produces like 80% of.
Shout out Janai too.
Yeah, shout out Janai. Janai been grinding. Yes. He makes like 80% of the beats that I have. And when he played that beat for me, I said, all right, it's different. The drums are a little softer, it wasn't as soulful as people are accustomed to with some of the music we made in the past. It wasn't a lot of, 808s, like it was very soft. And the first time I heard it,
that's stepping out the element.
Yeah, it's stepping out the element for me because I was like, all right, this sounds like something I could really talk about, some dark, deep shit, but not getting to the point where it is not going to sound good to somebody who has not experienced certain things that I had. So I started the track off. I said, negative knowledge and positive imagery, drinking on bottles of Jameson won't eliminate this misery. Smoking on shisha while I'm passing off the endo, though, help see a better future when I picture how it used to be. So that those two bars right there, it was a lot said in just those two bars, but for me it made so much sense.
It told a lot.
That when I wrote it and I said it, I was like, I bet this is how this project and this is the direction the project is gonna go.
I think that capitalized on a lot of your this not tape, like the project, because like your tape, it builds like off of that. Like I think it builds off of that track. Which what number on the track is that? Like
it's number I believe 8.
So it's a little bit like in between the mixtape.
Exactly.
But like it builds like so much. Like I told you when I first heard it, it caught my ear. I was like, hold up, like make it through. This was the track right here. This is it. Like you got me. So
and shout out my boy P Money, man. I got P Money.
That was a skit. Yeah.
My boy funny.
Yeah, so
we got him on some skits talking that gutter, dropping a few gems.
So what was it like growing up with P Money? Yeah, because you got shot P out your boy, man.
I mean Steve, man, like that's my brother. I love him. Like I couldn't do this tape without him because I think Steve was the person who gave me the name Knox. I think it was.
Definitely.
I think he was. Back when we was playing ball, like you were saying, we was playing ball and like, at first, I mean I played college ball, but at first I wasn't that good. So like I was really good at stealing the ball from people. Like my defense was always pretty good. Like niggas that's usually trash, they only good at defense. Like I want to play defense. So I would get steals, and I would like, steal the ball from whoever I was guarding, and they would always call me. And eventually, like, they got tired of saying Marquise. It's like, not. I don't know the real backstory other than that. You can ask that man, but growing up with him, it's like all the dirt that I did and all the hardship that I went through growing up, I could say 90% of that with Steve. So any story that you've heard me talk about on the Knots tape, he was there. That's number one reason. Like unofficially, him and Maul kind of like narrated the Knots tape and just, gave a lot of different input as to, the way situations were when we were growing up, why you make this move opposed to that move, and different type of ways how you maneuver within the streets, even if you don't want to necessarily be in that type of environment.
Make it through anything.
Make it through anything. So yeah, so with that track, like that set the premise. That was like I can make it through anything if I get through this. The path seemed real bright. Somehow it's getting dim. Like if you can encourage yourself to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and make it out of there somehow, some way, whether it be rapping, playing basketball, starting a business, like if you can believe in yourself, you can do just that.
Facts.
You can do just that. It's not impossible.
He's living it. You know what I mean? Quis Channels, he's in the building. You want to call him up, 718-622-4590. We got a couple tracks off this Knots tape. I mean, I don't know if you want to get in. Yeah, it was like, yeah. But I got another track that I was into too that we got into. It was called Scully Weather.
Scully Weather, yeah.
Tell them a little bit about that.
Scully Weather, a little different.
A little feature on that.
Scully Weather is actually produced by my man Economy. Economy actually produced the first track off my last project as Conscious Keys, Permission Speak Freely. And Ernest different. I like working with him and Janai in terms of producers because they balance each other out so well. So the Scully Weather track, I had to grab a certain artist and bring him into the element because it was more his lane. I'm gonna just say I had to hit up P Dot. First time I heard instrumental, I said, you know what? I said I'll get my cousin on this. And we sat there and I gave him the beat. I had another beat ready for him, but then I played that beat for him. He was like, nah, this the one. So we sat there, got up in our bag real quick.
Shout out P.
You said what?
I said he got the ear for that good.
Yeah.
Shout out P on that.
And it's kind of gutter. Like one thing about working with P Dot is like he pushes me to kind of go a little bit more on the edge and grab that. He helps me grab knots, out of who I am today. Like, yeah.
You like this. You could do this.
Yeah, shout out P Dot, Boss in the Car. Even when I did my feature with him for Boss in the Car, I got in the car, he looked at me, he said, am I getting Conscious Keys today or am I getting knots? And I was like, I'm gonna give you knots. He was like, all right, well, we're gonna do this like it's Conscious Keys, and I want you to transition and give him that work. I said, all right, bet. So the Scully Weather track, I mean, it was a fun track to make. And I think when y'all finally hear it, it's gonna be something that you guys will enjoy, and I think it's replay worthy. Yeah.
The whole CD is a vibe. It's a real vibe. Like I'm telling you, you're gonna if you enjoy real hip hop, real music, you're definitely gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be on all platforms.
Every single platform.
We got another track too. What's your favorite track on your project that you did?
My favorite track.
You told me the letter V.
Nah, the letter V. The letter V is a very special track.
What's your favorite track on this project?
My favorite track on the Knots tape, I think it's a tie between two. The first track is called IDK, which is a tribute song to a couple of my homies.
Oh yeah.
So IDK,
right?
Actually stands for Ibn Dulaka, and IDK stands for Ibn Dulaka, and all three were close friends to me that are no longer here. And when I made the song, I started the track off saying like, I don't even know how to start, so I'ma just say it. This song I needed to make, don't give a fuck if niggas play it. It's a song that was dear to me in my heart. No matter how many radio spins it get, no matter if people sit there and like play it every single day or they play it once.
It ain't for the radio. Like when it's really touching you. That's what I said. Like
I had to make sure that this made it to the Knots tape. Right. When I was going through the process of when I made the verses, I kind of like that was like the first time I ever recorded music and like I cried. Like I talk about a lot of different things.
I heard that in there. I think I was like,
I'm
crying on this track.
Yeah, I never cried on track before.
You can really hear it.
Yeah, and that was different because I remember when I made Ib's verse, I sat there and just listened, and I started like tearing up. And even like every time I listen to the whole thing, I'm just like, damn, like going through adulthood and different situations like this, it make you feel some type of way, and it's feelings that you kind of like push to the back because you see it so much. Right. But I played Ib's verse. I played it for my mom. She started crying bad. And I mean, my mother's very emotional. So when she heard it, she was like, it's unfortunate. Like, y'all got to go through certain things.
It made me say that.
And You know,
Right.
RIP to all my bros, but I played that. I did that, and I did Doula verse, which was amazing to put in the middle because it talked about a lot of different ways.
Still growing up.
Exactly.
Met him.
Yeah, I met him, and then Kyle was somebody that I was very tight with too, and then we ended up like
young RP Kyle.
yeah, we ended up distancing as I got a little older. But then I don't forget those stories and none of those memories.
Always loved if you came back.
Exactly. So when I finished the track, I sent the verse. I sent Ib verse to Ib's sister, Marquia. Shout out to her. I let her hear it, and she let her family hear it. I sent Doula's verse. I actually played for the hood and everybody that rock with Doula. I actually put a little bit of a snippet of it on the anniversary of his death. I put like a 10-second clip of it. And then my nigga O from South Korea, I sent him covers. So I wanted to make sure that everybody that
they're gonna feel this track.
Yeah, everybody that were closer with these individuals, I mean more blood than I would ever be, were able to hear these verses before I just go and just start talking about it because it's a hard topic to talk about. So that's my IDK, and then the second one, I'm not gonna say Scully Weather because I mean that was a given, but the second one is probably Die Together.
Die Together. Explain that. That's a lot of.
Die Together.
I thought it was kind of similar to Scully Weather.
Die Together is another really dark track.
Right.
The whole tape not dark. There's some moments where it gets you see some light. I think I ended on a great note with this track called Growth y'all gonna hear, and you're gonna hear some instrumentation. It's a couple of vocalists that are gonna be on the joint as well. But I think the IDK joint and Die Together, because Die Together is like when I get into my storytelling bag. So I was able to tell a story from two different sides, how it all come together at the end. There's gonna be a visual for that too. So a lot of the things, or a lot of the songs that I made, I wanted to paint. We'll see. I wanted to paint a picture on each single track. So like even last night I posted a picture of Bob Ross. Like even on Blizzard, I said I paint pictures like Bob Ross and Picasso. I posted a picture of Bob Ross, and I put
explain this. Who is that?
Bob Ross. Bob Ross is a painter. For y'all that don't know, Bob Ross is a painter from the 1990s. White dude with the afro, and he used to sit there with the canvas and would just take his time like
it was a
painting.
Show?
It was like painting with Bob Ross. I don't know. It came on channel. It came on PBS.
Right. I remember. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So it was like if you was bored, you a little kid. You see. What's this white dude with a, first of all, what's this white dude doing with an afro?
Right.
Second of all, why is he painting? Why is he painting so like he cared about them paintings like that was his child. Right. Like he wasn't just he's like, we're gonna put a little branch right here and would talk to you about it. Right. So the way I paint pictures, I'm not just trying to have you breeze through the notch tape and you not pay attention to detail. I want you to actually digest everything and know that I didn't just splatter stuff on a canvas. I took my time and made sure that every little line you were gonna be able to see. Right. So I posted a pic of Bob Ross last night. RP to him too. He passed away like a year and a half ago. I posted a picture of him. It was like when they asked you what the Knots tape sound like. So if you know Bob Ross and how much he cared about them pictures and details when he painted, that's exactly what the Knots tape reflects.
Okay. So shout out Bob Ross, yeah. I mean, what you say? Put your headphones on.
Say that again, Dougspin. I mean, he cared about the pictures because those were his. That's his art. No, I gotta hold back for the point. Okay. Before he was doing all this, okay. Yeah.
That's dope. Look, giving out history lessons. Giving out history lessons. Doug's
been dropping. All right, I gotta take the Knots tape back then. I gotta redo it. and then put another spin of Bob Ross's paintings on it.
Yeah. So them was your top tracks that you think well that you, how would we say that that's the best tracks that you believe?
Yeah, those the ones that resonate with me the most. Like when that comes on in my car, I stop and I pay attention and I zone out and put myself in those situations, opposed to like Scully, whether it's like you grooving, like you just like bopping your head. You can listen to this good background music, but those tracks, there's so much detail on it that you
622-4590. We still talking to not say, baby. Call us up.
I like to talk, so what y'all gotta do? Let's rap a little bit.
What we got? We got the fade. We got the fade. Explain the fade real fast before we get into that.
The fade was the first single off the Knots tape. This track right here was like fighting music. As soon as I heard it, I'm in the ring, and the bars I'm about to drop, it's like we put on the gloves, and it's me against the track. It's me against the beat. Who gonna win the battle? So that's the feel you get from the fade.
Okay, Doug Spence, take us away, man. I like that.
Take his gum out.
I know, that's what I was saying the whole time, and I'm so I'm very enough, and I'm glad you told me. You should have been told me that. You got the charger for this is over there. This shit is bugging.
Got it?
How about this? Yeah. I was trying to push it because I don't know, like, you gotta get some free for it. That's the reason. I got the best to rhyme. Driving to the too.
How we looking, Joe? Who's winning? Who's winning? How much? Damn.
Try to plug them. We said plug them up with it on.
Talking about what?
Yeah, what beat you want to do first, huh?
Taking your blood. Taking your blood. I did it all. It's so out of hand. I must have been part of God's plan. And we fight from hell.
Alright, we all ready.
You know we don't give a fuck if you do it for your hood or yourself, so it up, right? You know we don't give a fuck if you do it for your hood and yourself, so it up, right? You know we don't give a fuck if you do it for your hood and yourself, so it up. If you do it for your hood and yourself, so it up.
Apparently, these are spitting like a young boy. Hip hop. This sound is just
Man, he said the vocals low.
Huh?
He said the vocals is lower than
Yeah, Andy just said that. 3, 2. Fifteen seconds.
Online.
Yes, sir. Set the tone. It's Wednesday, baby. Grind show up.
Yo.
You already know what's up, man. We still here. The Grind Show. We checked in. Keith Chandler's in the building.
Yes, sir.
Jazz here. What's up, Jazz?